Which one is my camera?
I think this one is.
She's over here talking.
Which one?
I
One
think that one's
further
yours.
away?
Yes. I've been trying to look at the camera to see if that's the way.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Doris.
Okay. Good evening, and welcome to the Doris Hall James Indie Show. Tonight, my guest is SiSi Dash, and SiSi has been recording for the past 3 years, and she has a new single out, and it is called Stronger. And that song is absolutely beautiful. The lyrics are very meaningful, and the melody is smooth, and it's a beautiful melody. You did a great job, SiSi, on that song.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you. I truly appreciate
Yes,
it.
you did. Yes, you did.
Thank
I
you.
love it. And we were playing it the other day on the radio, and Gilbert and I started singing because it's like you're telling a story.
Yes,
Where
yes.
you were telling a story. Right?
And it was truly
It
a
was
story. Yeah, it was
Well, first let me say welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome
Thank
to
you
my
for
show,
having
and
me.
thank you for
Yes.
accepting my invite.
Yes, pleasure to be here.
Okay. And on the other side, we have Sandy.
Yes.
And Sandy is SiSi's mother and manager.
Yes, I
And
am.
welcome,
Thank
Sandy.
you. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
for
me.
coming. And I have done a lot of correspondence with you in the
Yes.
last month.
Mhm.
You were a pleasure to talk with.
Oh,
Okay?
pleasure's mine. Thank
Okay.
you. Same here.
Okay, SiSi. Now let's begin by telling us, how did all of this begin?
So I started singing when I was 7 years old. Being a kid, always in the car, riding along, singing to the radio, and so my momager actually heard me singing in the car and heard the tune. Heard the tune, and said, "Wow, I think she has something," and then kind of put me in vocal lessons from there. Where I worked with Devon Gardner, who's one of the living legends that sang in Duke Ellington's sacred concerts, and one of the only living members that sang in his sacred concert. And so she really started out more so with teenagers that started singing.
Yeah.
But she heard something in my voice and said, okay, I think I'll take her in and teach her.
Okay.
And so I started out with training through her, singing classical music. And some of Yolanda Adams' songs were a lot of.
Okay.
So starting out with classical and gospel as a child.
Okay.
Just kind of moving on, singing concerts at church and different venues for our voice recitals. I eventually went on to sing and participate in the high school chorus and sang on the all-Catholic chorus. And including some of their plays and musicals. So I think the first year I started as a junior in high school, participating in the plays.
Okay.
Because I was sort of in between.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Archbishop Prendergast High School when it was all girls, so Prendy for short, which is now Monsignor Bonner Archbishop Prendergast High School, co-ed school, and so in Drexel Hill. And when I first started as a junior, I didn't know whether I wanted to play tennis or participate because they had practice at the same time. And I said, I'll go for the musicals. I kept missing the tryouts for tennis. So I said, I'll do the musicals. And so we did like The Sound of Music, and I played Mother Abbess and had to sing Climb Every Mountain. And so that kind of got me back into the plays. But prior to high school, I also went to Walnut Street Theater for a few.
Downtown on 13th Street?
Yes.
Okay.
I went there for their camps for a few years, and so learned a lot more of improvisation. Yeah, and so again, participating at some of the plays were like Shakespeare theater, theatrical plays, but then also the musicals is what I found I also enjoyed the most because of the singing.
So that helped by going down to the Walnut Street Theater.
Yeah.
Because they have that camp every summer.
Yes.
Every summer.
Yes, and I believe it's still running.
Yeah, it's still running.
And they'll put on a play at the end of their at the end of the camp at the end of summer for friends and family to come out and see. And so that's always something that I enjoyed. But I think the help with acting also helps as a singer when you're performing on stage, because your performance is also like acting, essentially, just with the song. So and telling the story through those songs. And so that's what I've also tried to think more about in the writing process.
So
for songwriting.
Yeah, are you writing? Are you doing any songwriting?
Yes, I from this last CD that I released in 2019 in June, I collaborated with the producers I was working with, as well as Momager also helped. With a lot of
a new name now, right?
Yes.
I'll claim it.
Okay.
So she's been featured on Stronger as a background vocalist.
You did background vocals on Stronger?
Oh, it's exciting.
You're gonna get that
thank
gold.
you.
Good.
But so a lot of that is, again, stemming back to acting and learning to act and tell the story to then transfer it into writing and telling the story, as well as acting through the song. So, but kind of going back, because I know I'm jumping ahead into what's kind of more current, but performing again in high school in the plays and in the chorus, and then having also the experience through college to continue on with the chorus and the gospel choir. I didn't get into theater in college. Our theater production was much smaller than what I had been used to. And again, I didn't hear much about musicals, and that's what I enjoy to sing in, in the plays, and they didn't have that. So they did, when I was a freshman in college, they had a radio station on campus that they had access to. Yes, so I was a radio DJ personality.
How'd you like that?
That was fun. I started out with a friend, and we were both trying to figure out, do we want to, have our own show, come together, and then it just worked out where the times that we both were available with our classes and everything, we just said, we're going to do our own show. And so I was surprised as a freshman to have listeners, because I was like, okay, this is the local radio station to what was in Chester, PA, WDNR. But you had, the live streaming, people were watching you and then listening on the radio. And so I've actually had people that would come up to the radio station like, who's that girl in there? And try to hand me their CDs. And I'm like, okay, I'll try to play, the music. So starting that way, but then just kind of going on with school and classes, it just didn't work for me to continue on the rest of my years. And again, I'm more so the singer. It's truly the singer in me. But that was a fun experience to at least have to understand, different sides of the business.
Well, let me ask you one thing. Now, Mom sings.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
so
a little here and there.
You would,
Maybe in the closet.
I could bring Mom in this year. But Mom, I heard SiSi said that she had to make a choice between, was it tennis and singing?
She did, yeah.
So were you satisfied with the choice that she made?
Oh, absolutely. As she indicated, she started singing. I sent her to voice lessons at the age of 7. And that was because I heard something in her, even if in the car rides, I'm like, wait a minute, she can really hold it too. No, not a little bit, but there's something there. And, and even before that, she could, you see a child that has rhythm and you want to nurture that. And then she could do that and have the singing. I said, we have to get her in lessons. I have to do it. And fortunately, the church, Laura sent it to me. The church had an art school, and we're Devon Gardner. You never know. There's a diamond sitting right there. And Devon Gardner was there teaching voice lessons. So I didn't know Devon's true background, but I could tell that she just, in herself, was just a masterful soprano. And she chose what most voice teachers don't, as SiSi indicated, don't take children that young as voice students, because their voice is going to change when they become teenagers. So she heard something in SiSi and decided to accept her. And
thank goodness. Thank you, Yvonne. Thanks for that.
So it's been wonderful. But tennis over music. Oh,
I don't blame you.
Don't do it. Music first.
Don't you do that. Well, that was really good. And then so you started your music and it's just booming.
Yes.
I'm always connected with a lot of producers and people on Facebook, and I keep hearing SiSi.
Yes.
But I have to tell you, Facebook fans and friends and fans, I've been trying to get SiSi on this show for a long time. You know, I work to get these artists on the show, and I had, I think it was about 2 years ago, my sister, they go to the same church. It's Canaan Baptist, right?
Small
Yes.
world.
And where's Canaan located?
In Germantown, on
In
Pulaski. Yes.
Pulaski Avenue, yeah. And she kept saying, Doris, you have to hear this girl sing. She just sang. And I said, well, Sandy, get me her information. And she gave me the information, and I went to the website, and I put some stuff in. And SiSi was telling me to do something on the website. And so, you know, I don't understand all that stuff. So I went and I did it again. And then finally I said, well, I just have to wait until I get a connect with SiSi. And then I think Doug Payne.
Doug.
Yeah, you know,
Wonderful.
it's just so many people started I said, I got to get her. So I said, this time, I'm not going to back away. I'm going now. I'm going to get SiSi on the show. And so I finally got you on the show.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was
you
hard work.
You have to excuse me, because around that time I was just sort of starting and learning and, you know, trying to respond. So I have gotten better with responding and knowing to check, you know, oh, it's probably my email that came, respond, you know, and get back to people, because I have had, you know, some opportunities come through the site. So, yes, but I appreciate you continuing
to... Oh, yeah, I never give up.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm diehard. I'm never going to give up.
Yes.
And then Mom was really inspiring, because she said, okay, I'll take this. I do the paperwork, and SiSi does the music.
Yeah, she handles that.
And I said, okay.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great collaboration. I handle the business side of it, and she the music, so she can focus on her craft.
Yeah. Because if she had to do that, you know, she wouldn't. So you're singing different genres of music.
So recording, I've mainly been focusing on R&B.
Okay.
But I also still sing gospel within the church upon request. You know, some people will ask for me to sing at funerals, and so and I've had some weddings actually and collaborations with people that I've maybe just come up once and had a rehearsal, and we sang. You know, I had a request for somebody asked me to sing the Lord's Prayer at a wedding recently, and so I had never met the other gentleman that I was singing with, and I said, okay, let's go. And it was a great collaboration. So just the different opportunities that I've had have opened up my eyes to say, maybe try this avenue, you know, because you never know who you'll meet.
That's right.
You know, and the different experiences that you have. And so just getting the name out there has, you know, kind of helped. And as I see it's progressing for people to keep calling and have me, you know.
Do you sing at Canaan every Sunday? Is it every Sunday?
It's generally second Sundays,
second Sunday, okay.
You know, it all kind of depends. Okay. There's sometimes they'll ask me to join the mass choir and sing, you know, and so it just depends.
Well, how do you feel about your career now? How do you feel the way it's going? How do you feel about it? Are you excited?
I think I am excited. I think when I started a few years ago, you know, you're just learning the business, everybody, and what connections you have here that maybe can help you get to a different area. I think when I started out, the producers I worked with more so wrote the songs or had the music, and maybe I fed off some ideas and they brought it back, and so that was my first time hearing me recorded and hearing feedback from. All my life, I've sort of heard people's feedback through recitals or concerts that I've had, but truly hearing a piece of work that I called mine and getting the feedback on it helped me then for what came out last year, 2019. I think for me was the biggest year thus far, where I saw more excitement in what I was doing because, you know, I started with the songwriting and the collaborating with the producer. So I felt like I was getting more of the sound I wanted. Which is exciting because when I hear the feedback, it's really like, oh yeah.
Yes.
I wrote some of that, or
yes.
How did we come up with this title? And just to think back on the studio process to then bring out the project has been very inspiring to me.
Okay.
So I hear everyone saying, you know, with Stronger, for instance, being the latest single, and that being one of the inspirational pieces that I have on the CD, because I'm trying to keep it traditional R&B, but then I want to keep it where these songs have meaning and people
Yes.
are saying, you know,
Yes.
I play
Yes.
this song all the time when I feel down, or, you know, oh, this came on the radio today through my playlist, and, you know, and it helped me out. So just continuing on with that process has helped encourage me as I continue to encourage other people. But 2019 by far was like the year of the career that really felt like, okay, I'm doing something, you know. So
now, how did Stronger come about? Where do those lyrics come from? Tell us the story about the song, because these people here on Facebook, they want to go and listen to the song.
yeah. So Stronger, in the studio, I originally said, oh, I think I want to do a wedding song, which is still thought. But as I started to write the song, you know, I said, well, maybe a wedding song right now is not for me, for the project that I was working on.
Right.
You know, never being married, I just didn't know, was I not connecting to something, or having that understanding what it's like. I can write songs and talk about love and heartbreak, and, you know. So I said, okay, I think we need to switch this.
Okay.
I'm getting stuck. I'm just sitting here. I don't know what words to put together.
Okay.
And as I continued to listen to the music, I said, well, we can keep the music. There's nothing wrong with the music. I think I need to change what I want to write about.
Right. The story.
And so then I just came up with this Stronger, Better, Wiser, because I still wanted to empower people, and thinking about the types of events people were asking me to sing at different conferences, and, you know, oh, something inspiring for the women, something inspiring for everyone. Hopefully everybody could relate to it. But for me to relate to it more so being a woman, it was like, okay, how can I make somebody feel empowered? So I came up with Stronger, Better, Wiser as the hook, and that's usually kind of how I started. Got to start with a hook.
When you get to that stronger part,
yes.
Oh man, you just want to scream, yes,
And,
yes,
and I think
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah.
the producer and my mom were sitting in the studio. I think they both were like, where did she come up with this Stronger, Better, Wiser?
Yeah.
And the fact I had the tune I wanted, you know, with the words, and then I just kept writing, and it was like, okay. And you just tried to think back, like, over the life, you know, tired of being played, tired of people thinking that, you know, you're just so sweet. Everyone goes, oh, SiSi, you're so sweet. Oh, SiSi, you're so sweet. But not really understanding, like, who I am, and, you know, not wanting people to take advantage of saying, oh, she's just such a nice girl. She, you know, she's so, you know, she's just God-fearing, which I am.
Yes.
But I wanted you to get to understand truly who SiSi is.
Okay.
And so I just kind of kept writing, and then
Terrific song.
yeah, we just
The
kind of said, well,
lyrics
what do
are
we call it? And I
magnificent.
just said Stronger.
Yeah.
I guess is, you know, the main message, to encourage people. And I thought, I'll put it on here. You know, a couple people, maybe the folks from church will like this song. It's something inspirational. But across the board, everybody's like, oh, this is inspiring. I really did, you know. And the help of the videographer who, you know, directed that video with his vision on what I was trying to portray, with bringing in the actors, bringing in a dancer, you know, inspirational dancer, I think helped capture all of what I was trying to get at. So, yeah, it wasn't just me.
Yeah,
You know, I wrote
it's
from
a
the heart, but,
magnificent
you know, I
song.
think everybody helped, from producer to mom to the, you know, the videographer to the dancer, everybody bringing that feeling. And I think, though, with the words that I had, it was inspiring each person that played a part in it to truly bring out that passion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Now, you know, I want to ask you, where can they, now they can hear, put a plug in for us, you can hear Stronger on Philly Live Radio. We play that all the time.
Thank you.
It's going to be added to our playlist, and it's played on Tuesday on our top program.
Okay.
And that comes on at 7 o'clock, and then we have a replay on Saturday at 7 o'clock, so you can hear Stronger there on the radio station. And where else on social media can they pick up Stronger and hear it?
Okay, so Stronger is available on my latest CD
Let me see if I got it right.
that was released in June on, it's available on my CD called Free. So this actually, which
the
is
first one,
displayed,
you
is the first CD. So it would
The
be my
first-
EP that I released. It's a 4-record EP, and that has 2 songs on there that were produced by Grammy-nominated producers and songwriters, Helen Bruner and Terry Jones, as well as Donald Robinson, who you actually had on the show
Yes.
a little bit ago, that produced 2 other songs on there. I'll Be Right There, and that's one that a lot of people ask me to sing, perform when I go out.
Okay.
But the stronger song you will find on this CD here, which is called Free, and it's available on all major platforms: Apple, Tidal, Spotify, Amazon. The video for Stronger is available on YouTube, so you can check that out. I have links on my page, so you can go to Facebook, SiSi Dash, or you can go to my Instagram, CC_dash. You can also
Love
check
this.
out my website.
Yes.
It's on
Everywhere.
www.cc-dash.com, which has a link that also can take you to CD Baby for downloads as well. So,
Okay. All right.
mhm.
So it's no
China.
excuse
All
why
over, yes.
you can't purchase it, you can't listen to it.
Yes.
Let's take a moment, Cece, and let's talk to some of our fans here,
Yes.
some people that tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay.
I
you
was going to
take it.
say, I saw Nina Brickle as one of the listeners tuning in, which is actually a friend of my mom's and mine. So
Okay.
Yes.
thank you to Miss
Thank you,
Nina
thank
for
you, Nina.
listening
Thanks
and
for tuning in.
always supporting.
Okay.
I want to say hi to Jessica Lorraine.
That's my
Thank you for
cousin.
tuning in.
Thanks,
This
Jess.
is Harfez and Sandy Sykes again, who has helped with the
Yay.
connection
Thank you so much. Thank you,
to
Sandy.
get me here.
Yes.
I'm here.
Okay.
Butch Blaze, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Butch. Okay.
Let's see, we're tuning in from Myrtle Beach. I had
Wow.
Delaware County
Yeah.
folks on there.
Yes.
Matt Green.
Leonard
Thank you and
Davis.
Happy New Year. Yeah. So,
Turn it up.
okay.
Leonard Davis.
Yes, Leonard Davis.
Okay.
Looks like Carlos is in the house,
Double
so thank
exposure.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And let's see.
Carlos
Leonard
said turn it
Davis.
up, so I turn it up.
Is
Wow.
from Double Exposure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in.
Let's see. Our fest. Hello, Doris Gill and your guest, Miss Cece, watching the show.
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
And
And
Rosa.
Rosa Richardson. And oh no, Richard Ramos.
Richard Ramos.
Oh man, I haven't talked to you in like 2-3 years.
I was going to say, I think
No.
I just got a friend request earlier, so I did
Really?
accept. If you do
Well,
send out the friend request, I do accept. So
Okay.
thank you all.
hi Richard, glad to connect again. Let's call us again. Okay, Nina, we turned the volume up. Matt, here's somebody new here.
Okay, Jerome Bryant,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for tuning in. And we see Patricia, thank you.
Okay, and then we got Matt again. And let's see who else.
Sandy
Sandy
talked about her
says.
voice.
Yeah, Sandy says.
I have such a beautiful voice and sang my heart out on Sunday.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yes, you did it. You
Yes,
did it.
I'm sorry you missed Sunday. I'm so sorry.
God, thank you, God.
Thank
Yes.
you, God, for that. Okay.
Um,
Matt Green says much better. And then,
Dean Morrow, thank you for tuning in.
okay.
Old
And,
school singer, Dean Murray.
yeah,
Yeah.
John A.
John,
Stone.
yes.
Join in. Thank you very much, John. Ron Taylor, thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
And
And
there's
Shelly
Ron.
White,
Shelly,
yes.
Hi, Shelley.
Another friend of the family.
I love CC Dash and Stronger. It's on my playlist. Yes, it should be.
Yes.
That's a great song, Shelley. Great song. And then
And
you
I have my grandmother tuning in, Novella Lyons.
Hi,
yes.
Novella
Yes.
Lyons.
Bella
How
Lyons
are
of
you?
Women of Faith and Hope
Yes.
Breast Cancer Support
Yes.
Group.
Yes, she's known in Philadelphia and around the world with her breast cancer organization, Women of
Okay.
Faith and Hope. So I appreciate her for tuning in and helping so many women. Again, I think that song "Stronger"
Okay.
kind of goes with empowering all men and women across
A
the globe
great
that
song.
Surviving with it.
are struggling
song.
with cancer in general. In this case, breast cancer, but hopefully that's continuing to uplift people. So that's kind of the reason I'm writing these songs, to just help people all around.
Okay. All right, then. Well, thank you
so
all
thank
for
you.
joining us.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And so all that are tuned in, if you don't have the music or download it, please check out the YouTubes and all of the platforms with the 2 CDs that are available, and continuing to work and hopefully release something else into 2020.
And SiSi is what we call, I usually bring people on that's been in music forever, for a long time. SiSi is kind of new, and we want to encourage the new artists to do their thing, and become the artists that we were back in that day.
Right.
And it's different now for you guys.
What do you mean she's new?
I think,
Old pro.
she's not old pro. She's not like that. But she's doing a good job, and it's
Thank you.
different. It's different things, and that's available.
Right.
Now it's like the music business. You can run your own business.
Yes.
Where before we had to get distribution deals and record deals. You don't have to do that.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah, she's an independent artist.
Artist.
And she said that 2019 was such a big year for her. Just as her momager, take out the manager out of it, but as her mother, seeing the growth in her, just being so
good,
proud
Mom.
of her. In the studio, taking control and becoming a songwriter. And then allowing mother to enjoy that as well. And so I'm living vicariously through her, but also she allowed me to be sing backup on Stronger. So
how did you feel about that?
Oh, I'm living a dream. So I love to sing,
And
but
you sing in the choir too, right?
sometimes I sing in the choir at church.
Church.
So help out when needed, and but I absolutely enjoy music, and so love to have it where my daughter and I can share in that passion.
Yes.
So it just gives us another way to connect on another level.
And bond and everything.
Yes.
Now,
it's
do you have sisters and brothers?
No, I'm
Is
an
this
only
you?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
she's my only child.
Oh my
She's
God!
my
I know
only
you
child.
got everything.
Yes, everything.
Oh, she's spoiled.
I know.
Nobody said spoiled. Nobody.
Yes.
But she's become such an independent, strong, assertive young woman and artist, and so it's just wonderful to see. And thank you so much for all you're doing in this industry
you're
too.
welcome.
Because to have the platform that you have and to share it with new, a lot of folks give the platform to those who are seasoned.
Yeah.
But to give these young artists that opportunity is absolutely wonderful.
Well, we welcome all artists. It's hard getting it's Gil and I, but we get around and we grab them. We just keep we just get around and I just and some of the older artists, they turn us on to the young artists if they're good. If they're good, they turn us on. So we're diehard trying to get these people in here because you need to know these people too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The hardest part today is not so much the talent, it's the business. Knowing and learning and understanding the business. Because even it's changed from your time, baby. Miss Doris.
Oh, don't get out of here. Leave me alone.
Well, you think it went from the 45s and albums?
78. 78 was my sister's time.
How much did it cost?
8 tracks?
Right. And then we had the cassettes.
Yeah.
Oh, somewhere in there they had 8-track or whatever.
8 tracks, 8 tracks.
And then when it came along to now 99 cents for streaming.
Oh, I know.
Come on, what?
I know,
And it's so hard, it seems, though, with so much music that's out there today.
Yeah.
Yes, it seems like you charge 99 cents for the song, and people still want it free. It's like, how do you know? Or they want to play for 2 seconds, and then they're on to the next song, or so you have to really. I know. I'm like, it's just $1.
99 cents.
Yes. So,
But it's going to be all right.
yes, so just
it's
again,
going to be all right.
when you mentioned before, now being the independent artist and having so many resources that are out there, social media, But you really have to know, like you said, Gil, knowing the business, knowing how to market it, knowing how to work the the platforms that you have, because yes, there is a lot, but you can get lost in a lot of it as well. So it's and then trying to piggyback off of those that are seasoned, that are have been in the game, that are in the game, to try and get as much information you can. It's not always available or given as freely as you'd hope, but you just have to keep picking at it and try to learn as much as you can in the business, so then you can
and most of the older artists or the seasoned artists that has been on a show, they always say if you need help, they'll give their website, they'll give their email, you can call, and I would say 99% of them mean what they say.
Right.
So if you need help in any kind of way, you can call them and they will help.
And there have been those, giving credit to my cousin Sarah.
Dash Sarah. We can talk about Sarah.
Sarah Dash in the business. Legendary Sarah Dash of LaBelle.
And she's still performing, right?
Yes, she's still performing. And, still has a wonderful and powerful voice. To watch her sing and just belt out, her notes just effortlessly. It's like, oh, that's where this great voice came, that was back in the day that you still have. And there's not too many people these days, that were singing years ago that still can carry on just a strong, powerful voice. So watching her and growing through that, learning, getting different connections just within the industry and learning more about the business, and just watching how she carries herself through, through the business is great to see. It's just a great influence.
Look to see what Shelley says. The last thing Shelley says about this one.
She's when Shelley White says she's young, but she has the old school R&B, new school neo soul sound. Yes, she does. But I want to thank Sarah Dash for the music that she has contributed to the world. Because when she was with LaBelle, they made just great music. And they put on great shows. So I want to say thank you, Sarah, for all of that. And you have encouraged, I know, SiSi to join in on this music thing, and she's going to be really great. She's going to do a good job. I want to say that on Tuesday, we have on Philly Live Radio, the show Talents of Philadelphia is called Top. And we were putting that show together. Gilbert and I was putting that show together on Tuesday morning or afternoon. And boy, oh boy, there's some women out there that's singing. I mean, they are singing their hearts out. And we kept saying, well, who is this? Who's that? Who's that? So you got to listen to that show because these are the new artists that's coming out. And they all have CDs and videos out. We want to support them as well. When we got to SiSi and we heard Stronger, that was it. Stop, right? Right.
Wonderful.
But and it's funny because when I first put the CD out, trying to get feedback. What's everyone's favorite song? What do they like? And when I first released the album, I released the single for Sizzlin'.
Okay.
Which is more like a up-tempo sort of hip-hop feel. And that was trying to capture the younger audience, people of my age, that I was like, okay, let me see if I can start with this, what they think, because
it ain't you.
with the EP, with the EP coming out, New Beginnings, I started out, said I'm SiSi and I want this traditional R&B feel. That's, I love ballads and just the love and trying to stay in that world. And so I had gotten a lot of feedback from people, but from my peers, they said, oh, We're Incredible, because that was more of the up-tempo song, and that also had the video came out first for that, which my videographer Dragon had shot. And so everyone said, oh, yeah, we like this song. But then I had, my mom and then older cousins that were like, I love I'll Be Right There, which Donald Robinson wrote. I love perform this. And then when I released Sizzling, it was like, oh, who's this SiSi? You know, like, SiSi, that's you. You know, that's what you're working with. And so then I tried to rap again into that old school field to engage both genres.
The new stuff is good.
Yeah, the new stuff is really good.
But from what Stronger touched on in
yes,
right, it's one of those that 25 years, 30 years from now, if I'm blessed to be here, it's like it's still
a classic,
right?
Yes, it's a classic.
You know? It's still
the lyrics are just
still be heard.
Yes,
You know?
and the lyrics appear they're to all of us. I mean, all of us can understand the lyrics. But we have Egypt Marie. Hello, Doris, and your wonderful guests enjoying the show. Thank you for joining in. And Matt Green had a question here. I want you to check that out.
Asked if I've ever sang at Malcolm X Park. I have not.
Okay.
If anyone has a show there, I'm open to perform.
In the summer, right?
But I haven't performed there. As far as some of the latest performances where I may have been seen in South Philly, every year Councilman Kenyatta Johnson puts on a community appreciation event. And so I've been there the last 3 years, where I know some people have come across if they said, I've heard you, I think I've heard of the SiSi Dash. And so some of them come back and they're like, oh, I saw you there. Also on the Allie Hackett live show through Philly Cam, I know I had some people that I actually ran into at the community appreciation event that said, I saw you on Allie Hackett live, you know, on his show. And then just recently with the Erie Planet Live and, you know, Doug and Erie. But as far as out in public in the parks, I haven't done Malcolm X Park yet. But
you gotta get down.
Yeah, if anyone's booking anyone, SiSi's available.
Oh yeah, book SiSi-.com. Yes. Call Mom and Jer.
What was that again, Mom?
Book SiSi-.com.
Book SiSi-@gmail.com.
Okay. Help Mom and Jer. Help Mom and Jer. But yeah, please. She's available, and we will love that wonderful, good exposure, good clean exposure for her. And she's also doing plays. She did a play last year.
Yeah. So last year I performed in Rick Watson's play. It was called Secrets, Lies, and Betrayal, and that starred John Canada Terrell, who most people know as Flash from the Five Heartbeats. Clayton Prince was another starring actor well known from the Cosby Show. And you had some local artists like Sunbird. She performs around and will sing. So she was actually the starring actress, and I played kind of the supporting as her sister in that play. So that was a fun experience. Again, yes, I am an artist as far as being a singer, performer, songwriter, but I'm also, again, since I've had some of that acting background, trying to get back into some plays. So I have had some.
Arts. You as you can.
Jill is not the only one.
Yes.
Yeah. And she also, when she was younger, went to Philadelphia School of Dance Arts.
Yes.
So she can move a bit too. So triple threat.
We have to see you perform. We have to see you perform. A little acting, singing, dancing. That's going to be a great show. So where have you performed in this area?
Again, Councilman Kenyatta Johnson's events.
Walter Borum
Walter
Borum was someone who gave her first opportunity to perform live on stage at one of his events, and so she's available for whatever you want and whatever you need.
Wyndham is doing a lot of bookings down over there in Jersey.
Okay,
that's a good place.
Give us a call.
That's a good place. That's a good place to get her over there.
Trying to think of.
Now,
it's been so much.
Where would you? It's so many places that you can perform. Is there any one specific special place that you wish you could perform?
That's a good question. To start, I would, if I'm thinking just local Philadelphia, City Winery seems to be
really
a new highlighted spot that people are performing at. That I would want to perform there. Warm Daddy's always, Relish, Kelsey's is another. Is another
Kelsey's in Atlantic City.
The Met.
The Met. Oh yeah, the Met.
Let's not stop there.
I know. Kimmel Center Academy. Any place that has a performing spot. But yeah, those were just a few to name that I know I've been seeing a lot of local artists that I go, wow, maybe that's a place to check out and want to perform there, because a lot of great acts are running through and starting
Paris
to
Bistro. Yeah.
And is that something? Is that something that mom would do? Is she?
Yes.
They contact me and they'll handle it. Yeah, make the arrangements for
all
her.
of the booking. She's the momager, the agent, she's everything.
That's great. You got a good
I wear
job.
a lot of different hats right now.
You got a good job. But that's good. Okay. So now we want to...
Oh, yes. And, sorry, Nina's helping me out at the...
Nina performed in Yaden, too.
Oh, yes, Yaden at the...
So does Nina perform... Yeah.
She's saying that I performed, yes.
She performed at the Yaden Festival, their community festival. Mm-hmm.
They have that every year.
Yeah,
yes.
Because I think I
one
went
of the state representatives sponsored that, and so all of our state representatives out there, SiSi is available to help you with your community events.
Okay.
So please give her a call. She would love to stay very busy in 2020.
Yes.
Well, okay, now let's talk about some of the producers who produced some of those songs on your album. I think Donald Robinson did a couple.
Yes.
Which one did?
Donald Robinson produced 2 songs on my first EP. One being "I'll Be Right There" that I mentioned. I get a lot of great feedback. Everyone's always asking to constantly.
Okay. Donald Robinson production.
Like that. Yes.
Donald Robinson.
Yes.
Donald. Thank
when
you,
I heard
Donald.
that song, I said, "Oh yeah, I need that song.
Okay,
That's for me. We're gonna sing this." Also, "Can You Please Tell Me?" That one was more so we were sitting and he said, "Okay, give me some ideas. You as an artist, what do you want? What do you And so I said, I just don't understand, like, with romance, whatever happened. So then it kind of started, whatever happened to romance.
You'll see.
So the lyrics just simply are, can you please tell me whatever happened to romance? And then we kind of just dug in a little bit deeper into what it meant for me. Then he's also produced on the current CD, Free. He's produced a song called "Round and Round."
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the 3. And I'm still continuing to work with him on other music.
Yeah, he's a master. He just, where he writes from his heart. It's like, where does this come from?
Writes and plays. Lyrics and just music. You'll just sit there and he just starts playing. And I'm like,
generous with information. Very generous with information.
Yes.
So we thank you, Donald.
He gave out very good information when he was on the show.
Yes.
Very good information. But, okay, so it was Donald Robinson. Who else?
Helen Bruner and Terry Jones.
Okay.
Both Grammy nominated producers, like Donald. And then a young gentleman that I actually came across 2019, Gibbs, is who I've worked with on the majority of the 8 songs.
What's his first name?
Alan, but he goes by Gibbs. So that's his. Yes, that's his producer name.
So they're the producers. We want to make sure that you guys know some of the producers that worked on her SiSi's albums or CDs. And that was Gibbs.
Yes, Gibbs,
Donald Robinson,
Helen Bruner, and Terry Jones.
Okay. So if you're looking for a producer to produce all your fabulous music, you have 4 that you can look up, right?
Yes.
And Donald Robinson was on the show. He gave you some really good information about what he does. So let's talk about your plans for the future.
Yes. Well, again,
Sing.
first off is
Sing.
Gil says singing.
Perform.
He's got it.
Keep the audience happy. But as well, want to continue on with writing, especially seeing what Stronger has been doing for everybody. And that's one of the songs that I solely wrote. The others, so pretty much like 7 out of the songs I've collaborated with Gibbs and my mom. And then Stronger was more so, we were all trying to work together when I first thought the idea was going to be a wedding song, until I said, no, here we go. And then I just kept writing. So that just kind of came from the heart there. But as far as writing, hopefully releasing some new projects, whether it be a single, another CD, maybe some holiday music, as well, trying to engage and interact more, find more connections so that I can continue to grow. Again, as I did a play last year, I really enjoyed that. So I've been working with a couple people in the city through auditioning just to see if there's other opportunities within other plays or maybe a small, a role in a feature film. But then also trying to navigate through getting booked at different venues that we spoke about. Maybe engaging more in some open mic events, because I get invited to different open mic nights. I know some local artists like Bino. He'll host some, and I have a friend from high school, and she's always like, "Come down to to this event. It's great." And there's always all these artists. And I keep finding a lot of younger artists that are putting up these different types of events. So my commitment is to get more involved.
They're running their own business.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, it was Hollywood Palace. That's where
all
the artists went.
I don't remember that.
What's he talking about?
Never mind.
Yes.
But they're doing their own thing now. They're creating music and they're managing their business.
Well, they have Facebook, Instagram, which
Yeah.
I have no idea about it.
Okay.
Where they put their music out. They got their list of thousands of. How many friends do you have?
Yeah.
Oh, I have almost 5,000.
5,000.
Yeah, and that's all about her. It's all because of her. All trying to network. Her company. Yeah.
See, their networking is totally different from back in the day. Of, driving in your car and you might run into somebody.
Yeah.
But that's good now. We have, I know we have listeners that's saying to themselves, well, how can I get into the music field? What should I do? Can you give them some kind of some kind of inspiration, some kind of structure of what they should do?
I would say for anybody that's looking to get into, whether it be the music industry, as an artist, as a producer, as a musician, what I found most helpful is networking. This industry is all about who you know. So I would say, attend as many events as you can, just getting your name out there. Getting to know maybe who some of the key players are, and just staying consistent, being mindful and careful,
and learning the music business.
Yes, learning the industry.
Okay, that's a biggie. Okay.
Yes, not just learning how to sing well in the mic or record, but knowing the ins and outs, the techniques.
Show business.
Yes,
learning that.
Sound, the finances.
And I think nowadays the younger crew are smarter than we. I'm sorry, guys. But I think because we were just so excited about getting the song out and hearing it on the radio and
y'all know about show.
We didn't worry about whether we were gonna get paid or any royalties off the song, But these guys, they do it completely different.
Cool.
I mean, as far as just working on the craft, practicing, as much as you can, because there's always something new to learn about, learning and understanding the technology, social media, because that's kind of your main resource to getting your music out there, staying in touch with the audiences.
Should they have an entertainment lawyer?
Definitely.
Oh, it always someone to help protect you, a manager, a lawyer, and an agent.
An agent,
a momager preferably. yes. Mothers will always have your back.
Children,
Have there been any opportunities for you to go overseas?
Not as of yet, but I do have some of my music that's being played there. So hopefully.
So when it happens, you going?
Starting up.
Hopefully we'll get some calls to travel.
Sandy says she's
starting at the end of 2019. Her songs are now played on about 3 stations in England and in Europe. So we hope to go there soon to visit and meet those folks who have been generous enough and kind enough to play her sight unseen. So so that's been wonderful. So thank you all of you out there in the UK. In the UK.
Yes.
Allie.
And she mentions the UK, but I've also had some features in the islands in Barbados.
Yes, we have that as well.
So having family history there as well, but have had some cousins. So thank you to Valerie and Greg for connections out there to their radio stations to have my music featured, here and there. So there's been different opportunities. Again, it's all about who you know. And even if that person
talent.
is not, and talent.
You gotta have that talent.
You gotta have that first. You never know where it's going to come from, where God's going to send it from. So,
but sometimes, there's some people that have a decent amount of talent, but again, it could be all about who you know. I'm not saying people that are in the industry don't have it, but
I understand.
Sometimes they say, well, how did this person make it? They weren't as great as whoever they look up to as the artist, but again, who you know helps you get to where you may grow in the industry. So that is key to everything that I've
I want to catch
and staying encouraged, because it's sometimes it has ups and downs, and you just have to you have to encourage yourself. Even when you feel like no one else is listening to your music, no one's downloading your music, no one's booking you. You just have to tell yourself, because there's always that one person that might be listening, that you might be helping. Everyone's
that all the time. She's wearing me out.
Oh my goodness,
you have to just love what you do.
And you have to keep pushing, right? And trying new creative things and moving forward.
And I always hear so many people say, like, with certain artists that come out, we see them once we hear them on the radio.
Been out for years.
And they've been pushing a certain single that they put out in 2000 over and over and over again, but we hear it for the first time in 2020, and now it's like, oh, it's booming, not knowing that they had this song out years ago.
Out for years.
They're so old. Who's that?
And I hear so many people tell me, just keep working your music, keep working your music. What's old to you is new to somebody else. Just keep it going. So you just have to stay encouraged and know that what you created is is everything. Somebody likes it out.
Somebody likes it.
Yeah, there's something for everybody.
Now I want to say, Shirley Carter, thanks for joining.
Yes,
Shirley.
hello, thank you.
And Viola is my next door neighbor.
Oh,
and she always supports me.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you, Viola.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
You always need a support system. Yes.
Pearl Poto. Now listen, I may be pronouncing your name incorrectly, but I know exactly who you are from, because I've done business with you before, and I think my sister Sandy Sykes has done business with you. So I want to thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
We got Ron Taylor, and he
thank
says,
you.
really good show,
It's a
right?
really good show.
Good. Okay, thank you, Ron, and then we have Shirley Carter. Great information for the industry.
Yes. Appreciate that.
And Herbert Berkeley joined. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
If you want to do any shout outs to anyone, you go right ahead.
Well, first I give a shout out to you.
Oh, God, yes. Thank you.
For all you're doing. Thank you again for even having.
I
You're coming.
You're
coming.
Give
You're
him a shout out.
For giving such a platform to the independent, artists and young and the seasoned, and to Gil. Yes. You may not see him, but he's holding down the fort. But thank you so much. Also, just to my mom for encouraging me through the journey, and even asking, this is something that I wanted to do, and just supporting it 100%. Thank you to Sarah Dash for all of her inspiration, encouragement, and assisting me in getting started. Devon Gardner for the training and just the continued encouragement, because she still comes to every show I have. You turn around and she's standing there. So,
isn't that wonderful?
Yes. So thank you to you, Devon. Canaan Baptist Church.
Yes.
Reverend Brennan, Dr. Brennan, for the support, encouragement, and the prayers, and to the church family as a whole.
Yes.
Continuing to encourage and support me. As well, all of my friends. I know Courtney constantly reposting my music, and so I appreciate having friends like that. To Sandy Sykes, yes, for helping with the connection and encouraging me
Thank you,
constantly,
Sandy.
with music and singing.
Beverly Johnson
to Beverly Johnson, again, Donald Robinson, Helen Bruner, Terry Jones, to Dragon, who has helped produce the videos. Byron Purnell, who's helped with some of my photos. There's a long list. Gibbs, being the producer. Thank you, Merch, Holden Brothers.
Yes.
Ardell McDuffie, yes, for continued work. There's a lot of people that I can thank. There's just
it takes a village.
Yes,
it takes a village.
It takes a village.
Come on, give me a drink. I'll be back.
To
we'll still be going.
Teacher Shar Nolan. I mean, that's kind of who I started with writing. Just stories and things I had to do in 5th, 6th grade, and I think I'm kind of prolonging this, but I have a long
Walnut Street Theater, Philadelphia
Theater.
School of Dance Arts.
Anyone I'm missing, I'm sorry to all that are tuning in. Oh, how can I forget my Dash family for everybody that supports. I can't forget
Jersey,
that.
Around
Philadelphia,
the world.
Jersey, Barbados. Have the UK Dash family. We're all over the place. So thank you
South
again.
Carolina.
I do see the South Carolina, the comments, feedback that I have in my messages that I try to reply to. If I miss any of them, I apologize, but I do see them, and do really, really appreciate the support. Co-workers, everybody that everybody's just kind of
my co-workers absolutely love her.
Well, how can they reach you, SiSi?
Again, you can find me at my website, www.sisi-.com. You can also go to Facebook. My page is SiSi-01, where you can just search in SiSi- and find me. I'm also on Instagram, SiSi, SISI_- DASH, and then you can also find me through, my email is bookcc-@gmail.com for booking any questions. If there's questions how to get the music, you can write us there and, reply. Just again, stay posted to those pages to know where I'll be next. If there's any new music coming out. I think I've pretty much covered.
And you can always send us an email if you can't contact her, and we'll contact her for you.
Thank you.
Okay. And I want to say, go ahead.
One last word about those two.
Okay.
So we have now listed my first EP, which is New Beginnings. You can find that on iTunes, on CD Baby. Again, you can find Free, which is the other CD. Available on all major platforms. So it's Apple, Tidal, Spotify, Amazon, CD Baby, you name it.
You sure that's you in that picture?
Yes, that's me.
Everybody asks that.
Everybody asks that. I can have the CD right next to me, and they go, "Who's that?" It is me. It is me. Yes.
Okay.
So yes, thank you for your support. Download, please stream. If you need a copy of it, you can again reach out and we can get it to you. Or
any opportunity to perform, please give us a call.
Okay. All right. And I want to say thank you too for coming in. I really enjoyed the show. And next week we have another songstress that's fantastic too, and her name is Mary Cross.
Yes.
And Mary Cross has a song.
Wonderful. Yes.
Is it called "In Love There's a Risk"?
And there's a risk.
Oh,
yeah.
You got to hear this song.
You
got to hear this. Now she'll be on next week.
I know
next
that we
Thursday.
don't like to compare people, but if you like Phyllis Hyman,
yes,
absolutely.
You will love this lady.
Yes.
Now you can hear her song. Now don't forget on Saturday, this Saturday at 7:00 p.m. on Philly Live Radio.
Yes.
Right? You can turn on Philly Live Radio. In fact, you can hear SiSi. You can hear all of them on Philly Live Radio.
Between 7 and 8.
7.
TOP is a replay though. We've started this up this month
doing a replay from Tuesday.
Replay of TOP, which is Challenge in Philadelphia. It's 7 o'clock on Tuesdays and 7 o'clock on Saturdays.
Yes.
Followed by the
Carlos Devon Show will be on from 8 to 11 on Tuesday, 8 to 11 on Saturday.
Great.
So tune in those two shows. It's good music for 4 hours.
There you go.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for joining in tonight. We had a good time.
Yes.
Yes.
And we thank you for participating. And we'll see you next week. God bless you. Bye-bye.
And we out?
We're out.
Okay.
Listen to